the captive market, the non-captive market, and the semi-captive market. These are markets where customer service can tap into. So captive market talks about a situation where customers have limited or no choice but to purchase a product or service from a specific provider. So a customer that walks into Lekki Waterside Hotel has become a captive customer at that point in time. What do I mean? Once the person has lodged into the hotel and is planning to stay there for like 4 days, he has become a captive hotel, a captive market. Because it is what you provide for him at that point that he has to go with. So he wants to eat, he wants to drink, he's not ready to go out, he just wants to come and rest. That's the captive market. So what you provide for him at that moment is what he's going to be working with. Now, it is not up to you at that moment to begin to treat him anyhow. Say, after all, you're here, whatever we give you have to take. No. That same customer who has decided not to step out can change his mind and walk out and get something else somewhere else. Yeah? And can bring food from outside into the room. Can even carry can even go and get towel from outside and use. I said, I don't want to use your towel. Yeah? So that's what you call the captive market. A non-captive market. Okay, let me give a characteristic of a captive market. Characteristics of the captive market often have limited competition. Customers may have limited flexibility to choose alternative options. Why? Because at that moment, that is the best time for you to recommend or upsell what you have. Because see, that person has entered into that place. He or she doesn't have much of an option than to eat and drink what the hotel has provided. So that is the best time for you to market everything. So if you have events coming up in your hotel, that is the best time to start telling the customer, oh, maybe he or she got a flyer from the front office. And now as a housekeeper, you greet, good morning, how are you doing today? Yes, they always tell you that there should be little or no conversations with the customer. But if the customer engages you and say, hi, I want you to help me clean this and clean that and do that, and then he does that, he say, what about, he's also asking for other things. There and then, if he starts the conversation, you can do the upselling too, even as a housekeeper. Sir, are you aware that we are going to be having, we would like you to be there, finish. Since you have limited time to do your work, and you have limited conversations to have with the customer, make it very short, simple, and move on. You are selling. You might say, well, it's not my company, I'm here to just work. At the end of the month, I collect salary. No, don't just do that. Because at the end of that month, yes, you will get your salary, except you are not praying to have your own. I always tell people, except you are not praying to have your own business. And it is what you do in that business that you are running for somebody. That is what other people will do to you too when you get your own. Even if it is one person you are going to employ, that one person can be an embodiment of everything you have done in other people's company and begin to give you judgment. Without you knowing, either justice or judgment. So it's very, very important for you to be able to do the upselling with minimal communication but a very polite way of communicating. And then we have the non-captive market. Non-captive market talks about a situation where customers have a wide range of choices and can easily switch between providers. How many of you have been to a hotel? A hotel and suite. You've been there once. Have you seen how large that place is? You see that there are many competitors. In that same building, they have so many restaurants. So for the rooms services is a captive market. Why? Because they are in a hotel. And at the same time, those room services are semi-captive. How? Because they have different kinds of room. Do you understand? They have suites, they have shortlets, they have different types of room. So it's a captive market at the same time, and it's a non-captive market at the same time. So each of those places are competing with themselves, but it's still the same Eco hotel. But have you also noticed that they have more than 3 restaurants? They have more than 3 restaurants. So that means that in the same environment they have captive market, in the same environment they have a non or a semi-captive market, which means that if I as a customer am coming with my family and I go to restaurant A and they are giving me issues, it's taking them forever to give me my food, I can stand up, go to the next restaurant and get something to eat, which makes it very, very expedient for those who are there to quickly do what? Hasten up with their service. So even if they are doing a la carte service somewhere else, an a la carte service is maybe like 45 minutes. Let's say in Eco hotel is like 45 minutes. Somewhere else, a la carte service is like 15 minutes. I will drop you and go for 15 minutes. That is what it means. So, and then you also have a non-captive market. Okay, so they said an example of a non-captive market is a restaurant in a city or town where customers can choose from many different options. A characteristic of that is that non-captive markets are highly competitive and customers have a high degree of flexibility to choose alternative options. So, what does that means is just like an example we gave now. And then the semi-captive market. Semi-captive market refers to a situation where customers have some degree of loyalty or commitment to a particular provider, but still have some flexibility to choose alternative options. Now, yours, like in Lekki Waterside, is more of a captive market. There's only one restaurant, right? There's only one bar. Am I right, Mr. Joseph? There's only one bar. You don't have 2 bars, do you?
We have but the other bar is not the main standard bar is the rustic.
It's the rustic.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other one is just there.
That one is it's always beer and the rest, but where you can get all the necessary drinks is the rustic.
It's the rustic one. So that means you have created a semi-captive market.
Then you can make
There's
there's
variety of choices.
Yes.
As against a captive market where what you see is what you get. So there's a semi-captive market in the same premises whereby, look, I don't drink beer, I can go and take something else for it. Yeah? So all of those things are what you look out for, and then you should be able to find how you know how you find your balance in between those places. Now, the implications are that market strategies, you have to understand your environment. You now have to know the kind of customers you are going to be dealing with when they come. What type of customers are in the captive, non-captive, and semi-captive markets? For those type of customers, you have the mandatory customers, you have the convenience seekers, you have the loyal customers. So for those who are mandatory customers, those mandatory customers are those that they have no choice but to use a particular service or product. That is, no matter, well, to an extent how you treat them, they might decide to leave, but they are stuck on that particular product. For someone like me, I'm a mandatory customer in the area of telecommunications. I like using Nokia. Even if you give me iPhone, I will collect the iPhone and will thank you for it, but I will keep it because iPhone seems to be too complex for me. Yeah? It's too complex. It's not as simple as your Android phone. So I will still go back to my Nokia phone. So I'm a mandatory customer in a non-captive market because the competition for phones are high. But I'm a mandatory customer. So in the same vein, you will also have mandatory customers in your you will have mandatory customers in your hotel. Whether there is a rustic bar or there is no when they come, you already know what they're looking for. There are customers like that. If they come, some of them, they are not even ready to change their room. Not because they are doing anything ritualistic, oh, but you see, maybe it's the view of that room for them, or maybe the way it is built such that they know that even if they are sleeping, they can easily find their way to the bedroom. They've gotten accustomed to that room. So those are mandatory customers. They are not ready to change. You have to adapt to them. If you change anything about them, you're looking for trouble. Yeah. So you also have convenience seekers. Customers who prioritize convenience are willing to pay a premium for it, such as buying food from a convenience store or hotel restaurant. Me, I'm a convenience at the same time. I'm mandatory at the same time I'm convenient. Based on the fact that when I go to a particular hotel or if I go to a different place, see, once I enter that place, I don't see myself stepping out. Because number one, I'm coming to rest. So once I come in there, except if I know I'm coming for work, but if I'm coming in to rest in a hotel, please, if your food is going for 5,000, I can't see myself now. Because, okay, let's say for example, your food is going for 15,000. I know that maybe the next restaurant there, if there is a tasty fried chicken, their food might go for 5,000. But you see, for me to get out of that environment and start walking down and going to the tasty fried chicken, I can't do it. I came for convenience. So I'm ready to do what? I'm ready to pay. Not because I have the money, but you see, my convenience at that moment is paramount. Do you understand? There are customers like that. And I have come to understand that people come to lazy in the hotel. Because Monday to Friday they are working. And then they now have this opportunity to come and rest. They want to flex. So help their flexing. Please. Help their flexing. Make it very, very nice for them. And then you also have loyal customers. Loyal customers are loyal to a particular brand or provider due to habits, loyalty programs, or other factors. For some people, it's a result of the fact that maybe like one or two customers have been able to wow them, and they don't see themselves leaving. They are ready to recommend you to anybody. I remember when I was working with Dana as a cabin crew, there was this particular customer that kept coming because of me. I don't know. I don't use charm. Me, I just like him and not. But the guy was, the first time he came, I think I was the one that attended to him at the door. So he couldn't. He had so many things on him. He was struggling with jackets, his bag, his luggage, hand luggage. What are you carrying? Where are you going to? Do you understand? I said, so can I help you? And then I collected, I wanted to take the jacket. He said no, that I should help. So I collected the one I could carry. So I opened the headrest, the luggage rest. I put in the ones I could put. As he was passing it, I got it. There was one he gave me that was heavy. I said, sorry, I can't carry that, please. That's too heavy. So, but I can create space for you. So he put it down. So I arranged everything for him, sat down. The way the guy was sweating, he would be like, are they pursuing this guy or is this guy running away? What exactly is the problem? But I had to attend to him because he was right at my front at that moment. So I gave him tissue. Sir, do you have a handkerchief? No, I don't have. I gave him tissue to clean his sweat. I got him water to take, at least to cool himself down. Adjusted the seat for him. He was a little bit on the big side, so I had to give him a belt extension. So I gave him belt extension. I said, sir, please kindly, now that you're seated, you have to fasten your seat belt. I will soon be taking off at any time from now. So I gave him that attention, and I was just doing my job. Little did I know that the guy was going to be coming back to Ghana Air. He went to Abuja. Coming back, he took the same flight. How did I know? The people that were running afternoon shift came and they asked me. They said they came to meet me, and that this I can't remember his name now. It's been long. There is this particular person. He asked after you. He said you were the one that attended to him on so and so day in the morning shift. He said he was so comfortable. This, that. I said, I didn't see it as anything. I think about 2-3 weeks later, he boarded the same flight. This time around, we now had our customer feedback form on the plane. So he took the feedback form. He recommended she must be promoted. She did this. She back up. Just said, my shape brother, you brother looking for wife. Or what? But he became a repeat customer of Dana simply because I was there. We became friends. So there are times we will meet at the airport, maybe either as I'm going in for a flight or as I'm leaving after a flight. He will see me, Faith, good morning sir, how are you doing today? And I go. So I don't know of now, after their first air crash, I don't know if he continued, but before the first air crash, I had already left. So I don't know if he kept coming back or not. But you see, your ability to attend to a customer, whether captive or non-captive, because again, like I said, for me to be able to enter into Mr. Alfred's pockets, if I do it like this, is illegal. The man will pursue me. If I'm a guy, he will beat me. It will be fun. Now you put the money there. But there's a way you will do your job. Mr. Alfred will be forced to do what? Drop something for you. Even if he cannot give you something, it could just be a recommendation you will write. And that recommendation is more than the tip he will give you. Because at the end of that tip, like Yorubas will say, when money finishes, it is people that will what? Remain. It is that recommendation that when he writes it for you, that can promote your job. And you have a raise in your salary. You understand? A lot of things come with promotion. Trust me. Do you get? So you also have customers in the non-captive market. So these customers who are in the non-captive market are price-sensitive customers. I'm sure you have customers like that when they come. When you tell them, let's say, specialty of the house on food, and maybe the specialty of the house is something that has to do with pasta. Maybe let's say a bit of indomie is attached, and then you now have some bit of something attached to it, and the person says, how much is the specialty of the house? Oh, it's a 25,000. Eh? What is inside? This that indomie, less than 25. Are you poor, right? Please, please, please. That is a very price-sensitive customer. That person is in a non-captive market. Is very price-sensitive. What he will do? That kind of a person is ready to buy his indomie. He is ready to buy his own indomie, and he can use microwave to microwave it and cook it and eat it inside the room there and then. He's a very price-sensitive person. So those kind of people, the moment they have reacted to the price, please come down to their level. And if you come down to their level and what you have on your menu list does not suit them at all, at that moment, try to suggest other things that does not take them out of your hotel. Because they are already inside your hotel, try as much as possible to ensure that they are your customers that get what you have. Because if what you have is very good, the only way you can convince them is for them to buy it and eat. There and then they can maybe be moved from being a price-sensitive customer to a convenient customer, knowing that, look, since the food is fine and they said it's 15,000, I think it makes sense. I can pay it. There are some people that after they have eaten, they'll be like, wow, that's one thing, you don't even reach my relationship, I don't pay 15K. Find out from such customers, hey, but the food good, sha. Yeah, there are people like that. There is always a but at the end. Well, that food don't reject me, but the food sweet, die. I don't mind if I collect another one, but I don't take my phone. Now that has moved from being a price-sensitive customer to a convenient customer. So in your non-captive market customers, you also have quality seekers. Those are the ones who they are the ones who prioritize quality and are willing to pay premium for it. In some cases, they want quality, but they are not ready to pay. Do you understand? It must be quality and it must fall into their budgets. Does your hotel have an event hall? It has. So you will see them. Maybe you have your decorator. Do you have your standby decorator? No. So they are allowed to come in with their decorators. You will see them. There are some hotels that is their own decorator they have. You see, what and what? If you give them a quote, and maybe what they want to do in the hall is about, let's say 300,000. Huh? What is it? No, we have a budget. Our budget is 150,000. And you must put this, you must put that, smoke effect, Ibacon, Atawokon, everything must be inside that, on that 150, Oga. Are you in this Nigeria or you're outside Nigeria? Be realistic. You understand? So those are quality seekers. Some of them are not willing to pay, but they want heaven and earth to be inside. It's not possible. It is not possible. So quality seekers, they are willing to pay a premium, such customers seek out high-end restaurants or luxury hotels. I always tell hoteliers or hotel owners when they interview them, I said, look sir, or man, you have invested XYZ amount of millions into your hotel. Or maybe when they're about to start, I always tell them, I say, sir, don't let your investment go down the drain. Customers know what they want. Don't be deceived. They know what they want. If your hotel does not match up to their standards, after that time, see you bye bye. That's the end. But if you want a situation whereby people keep coming back and they can find your hotel a second home, see, for yourself, let it look like as if you are dying inside, dying. Because that's the only way you can get customers to come. There are some hotels that they have people. I know of some hotels whereby they have standby people, marketers, who bring customers to them and they collect commission. Yeah, but you see, there's an extent to what a marketer can do. A marketer can convince you, sweet mount you, but when the customer now comes into that place and meets up with a low standard of quality for all the sugarcoating that has been done, okay, he has paid his day. It's just that another time he won't come back again. It is up to you, the staff, to ensure that you match your actions with words, or you match your words with actions to ensure that each customer you meet or each customer that comes, has to come back. Please, okay? And then you have variety seekers in the non-captive market. These are customers who seek out new experiences and are willing to try different providers or products. Yeah, there are people like that. No matter how you advertise, no matter what you do, after they have tried your place, they want to go another place to go and check somewhere else and see what they have, because they feel that na corporation na you make rice full pot. Yeah, people are the salt. I cannot keep putting salt. They might say, well, this person has these people have this particular facility, you people don't have this and that. I think for that reason, I'm going to choose this place. There are people like that. Yes, you cannot satisfy everybody, but do your best to ensure that your customers are highly satisfied. And then teamwork communication. Now, you see, you are having a combined class now. In another setting of another place, they will call it team bonding. Yeah, that is where people from different teams, are basically coming together as one to function, and then they are coming into function and they are able to come together as a team to work. So what you have teamwork and communication. Now, as customers or as employees of Lekki Waterside Hotels, there are two types of customers, like we know, right? Can somebody give us an idea of what kind of customers we have? There are two types of customers. Mr. Joseph, you want to try? Somebody saying something.
Like we have one-time customer and then something like that.
Okay. You have internal customers and you have external customers. So where teamwork and communication comes in, that is where now we are going to be looking at internal customers. So she's your customer. Mr. Joseph, Precious is your customer. She's your internal customer. Precious, you are an internal customer to Mr. Alfred. Mr. Alfred is an internal customer to you. Yeah? Mr. Tayo, you are an internal customer to Mr. Alfred. Mr. Alfred is your internal customer. And, sorry, your name again? Mr. Joshua, you are an internal customer to Mr. Alfred, Mr. Tayo, Mr. Joseph, Precious, and the other ones who are coming. So there must be teamwork. Now there's a place where everybody does their individual work. Abi? There's a place where teamwork comes in and communication. Now, you see that particular place of internal customer, that is what can break and mold both your supervisor, both your manager, everybody. You see that internal system, that internal customer service, it is very, very important. And that deals with respect, it deals with understanding one another. You see, why I mentioned respect first is because respecting one another means that this is Precious. She's a lady. Yeah? The way Precious reasons is not the way you will reason. And you have to respect that fact. Respect simply means treating somebody the way you love to be treated. Simple. Let's not say respect is a process where that one a dictionary definition. Summary and conclusion of respect is that you are treating somebody the way he or she would like to be treated. If Precious does not like to be shouted on, don't shout on her. She doesn't like it. Because maybe in shouting on her that day, you have ruined her mood. The customer who is coming with his own extra baggage from where he's coming from is already mad and angry. Abi, he's coming into the bar and he wants to drink away his sorrows. Mr. Alfred has already insulted her this afternoon or yesterday afternoon. Let's just say, for example, it was today. And then she's angry and going to the bar. And then you have a customer who is coming. You know that the two of them, earthquake will happen. Because as the customer is coming, hello, who is at the bar? Who is there? And she's like, yes, how may I help you, sir? Why are you talking to me like that? Mr. Daniel, let's say it's Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel is angry from where he's coming from. Auntie Precious is angry from where she's coming from as a result of what Mr. Alfred has done. Abi? Hey. And she's like, why are you talking to me like that? Come, I'm not your boyfriend. Am I the one that? And you're like, she's like, excuse me, sir. You may be trying to be calm. Excuse me, sir. At that moment, let me not lie to you, this is how anger works. He is seeing the person that angered her last. Anything she does is in the light of what that person just did. She too is seeing Mr. Alfred in that customer. Every single thing he's doing at that moment is reminding her of what Alfred just did. So, boy, this is it like this. Bye. Do you get it? So we have to now come to a point where if she's getting you angry to the point where you're about to start talking, walk out. Just leave that scenario at that time. If you cannot leave that scenario, simple logic, just do this. Turn your back. Let's say it's a situation whereby your supervisors are there and she's saying things and she's trying to, if you cannot walk out, maybe your supervisor does not allow you to walk out, just tell him, sir, please, for the sake of sanity and for the sake of the customers, somebody's waiting for me downstairs, just walk out of that place. If you cannot, say, sir, please, I cannot attend to this one. Your turning your back is a way of, you're trying to calm down. Now, some people may not like that turning of their back. If you can apply walking away in a very polite manner, sir, please, there's a customer downstairs. Before I came, he's waiting for me. I need to go and visit the person. Or highest, okay, Precious, I'm sorry. Oh, that which I said, is that what is getting you angry? I'm very sorry. I didn't mean it. This is what I was trying to say. This is what I was trying to do. And don't forget that whatever we are doing here, we are doing it for the sake of the customer. If the customer is not satisfied, we too, our job is not done. That customer can go as far as, and funny enough, that customer can know your manager, can know the owner of the hotel. Yeah? And the rest is history. I had a hotel I had to do procurement for somewhere in Osun State. there was a particular thing they did twice. The second time they did it, I reported the issue to the manager, to the owner of the hotel. The first time I went to buy food. The very, very first time I went there. So I spent like about 3 or 4 days there, because we were trying to examine how we were going to do, someone says so. We were here to do installation of curtains, beddings, and all of those amenities. The sponge, I'm coming, please tell the person to sit down. All those things. So we were trying to do all of that, and in the process, after we've done the measurements, I think we went on break, so I wanted to eat. I ate, I wanted to pay. So the lady now gave me her personal account number to pay, and I said no. Why? She said because the network is down. At first, I didn't see it as anything, so I paid. I left it. Someone now told me that if they can do it to you, that means they're doing it to them. And that means money is going to somebody's pocket. I called her, I said, what's your name? She gave me her name. I wrote it down. I left. I said, let me do it first. Let me give her the benefit of doubt. So after we left, we came back after some months. Obviously, she was not the same person that was there. And I ate again. The other lady came. She came with POS. And then she now gave me a personal account, because I was already logging in all the details and everything. And then as she gave me the account number, the name now popped up. I said, this is a personal account. She said yes. I said, why? She said, because the network is down. I said, no, give me the account number of the restaurant and bar. I will pay. Even if there is network issue, I will go and find cash and come and pay. I'm here, I've not left. I came here to work. Thank God your manager knows me, everybody knows me, so I cannot run away with you. So it was there, and then she now gave me the hotel and the restaurant and bar account number, and I paid. And that was it. So the second time it happened, I didn't say anything while I was in the hotel. We finished our work, we left. So I was now giving a final report to the owner of the chairman, and I gave my recommendations. I didn't say much, I just said that staff should be discouraged, or customers should be discouraged from paying into personal accounts, and that from time to time, randomly, POS machines and systems should be checked to ensure that they are not personal POS systems that are being used. I'm sure you got the message. I'm very sure you got the message. Because the next time I called the hotel back and they knew it was me, the way they responded was different. I said, yes. I don't want you to like me. You don't have to like me. If you like me, like me. If you don't want to like me, don't like me. It's because I have touched something. That's why you are angry. Yes, it is wrong. Because what my colleague said was that for somebody to have done that, somebody also is aware that something like this is going on. And that is wrong. It is wrong. Like I said, except you are not planning to have your own business. Abi, that is when you think you will do it and go scot-free. But what people don't realize is that the very actions of what you're doing today is a seed you are sowing for your tomorrow. So if you want to bring in your own personal POS system, or you want to be converting the money into your account, don't worry, it's a stone that can control. Yoruba say that the stone you throw, the stone you throw in front of you, is waiting for you there. And if you are not careful, it might actually even hit somebody that is close to you. You understand? So I always encourage, please, if the network of payment is down, let the supervisors know, let the chairman know, so that they can find a fast and a quick alternative system to deal with the situation. Okay? So that thing called teamwork, please, it is very, very important.